Hello and welcome back to the Juventus save on Football Manager 2019. It is still the beta, the full game isn't released yet, but it's going pretty well. If we look at the schedule, we've lost one game and that was our last game away at Napoli. Before that we beat Inter Milan 2-1, a very good performance all round really. Bernardeschi and Emre Can getting the goals, and the fact we got a man sent off in the first half made it even sweeter. We held on and did really well. Mandzukic actually impressed me when he came on that game, having two key passes. Ronaldo struggled a little bit, getting a 6.5, but all in all, a very good performance. We beat Young Boys 4-1 in the Champions League group stage. Chiellini getting two from corners, and Paulo Dybala getting two as well, which was great to see. We are on fire. We're playing really well. To be honest, that loss against Napoli, I would argue we were actually unlucky to lose it. It was a pretty even game. They had more shots on target and slightly more possession, but we actually played pretty well in it. We're starting to really struggle with injuries. Like if you look, we couldn't bring on Pjanic, Costa or Spinazzola because of injuries, and Emre Can picked up an injury, and that really limited us to what we could do to try and change the game. However, it's been going pretty good, and I've been finding new little things out about like the game and Football Manager 19, which is good. By the way, Moise Keane and Timothy Weir absolutely love training. They're getting 10s every week. I don't know if that's a bug. I'm not going to report it because it's actually good for me. No, I will report it in the future. That's obviously not the right thing to do with bug reportings, but generally, yeah, it's been good. There's other things we can do in here as well. So you can select, so tactical style. We're obviously playing the Gegenpressing. And you can set up styles that you want in, so you can put in here. So when we have one match a week with Gegenpressing, this is what it recommends we do, or one of the things we do, and then we can create a new schedule, and you can actually do it. Or that's creating your own new schedule. What I need to do is go in with a tactical style Gegenpressing, one match, and then you can come out and then you can save that as Gegenpressing one match or whatever you want. You can see here, so injury risk is quite high, condition will go down, fatigue will go down, team cohesion will go up, happiness will go up, bizarrely. But yeah, it puts in a lot of match previews, match preview, match, and then match tactics, match practice, a bit of transition, some recovery afterwards, bit of defending engaged, and general attack and endurance and quickness. So what we can do is actually mix this up in here. So we can then add our own things into it. So if we went for extracurricular, let's say, and had said there's going to be a team bonding session on the Monday, and on the Tuesday we're then going to do something like set pieces, and we're going to work on attacking corners. What you can see is that we're actually upping it. We can then save this as our own schedule. So if we just save this as Gegenpress, oh no, that's not right. If we save it as Gegenpress CLF one match, something like that, and then we press OK, that now becomes saved. And if we go into the training schedule as a whole and go to the calendar, we should then be able to load this up. So we have one match here, so we can try it on this one and go modified, custom schedules, Gegenpress CLF1, and it automatically loads that in, which is great. So for that week, we will leave that in there because we're going to be playing the Gegenpress against Sampdoria when we get to that game. This week, we have two games. Tottenham Hotspur and Fiorentina are the teams we're going to be playing, and I'm looking forward to getting in it. Change the layout a little bit, put some more dividers in, and put this general happiness in. Interesting to know, lots of people think we're lacking depth in midfield. So, in the next transfer window, we're going to go out and try and buy a midfielder. We were already scouting one, which was Bonella from Bologna, I want to say it was. I know that my memory is pretty rubbish when it comes to things like this. Bonella from Calgary. I was close enough. I'm still going to try and get Lozano in as well, because I think that would be a deal we can get over the line. But to obviously fund those, we need to sell players, and we've had a 30 or 40 million pound bid for Mario Mandzukic from Roma. I've stalled it, and I want to get you guys' opinions on whether we should sell him or keep him. He's clearly very good. However, he's annoyed because he's not playing for us, and he's not going to play up front because we've got Ronaldo, so he's on the bench at the moment. And he's what, 32? I think 40 million for a 32-year-old striker, and it frees up 130 grand on the wage bill, which there's no way Lozano and Barella are going to want that sort of money. I think it makes sense, but I want to get you guys to let me know down below in the comments, let me know, do we sell Mandzukic or do we not sell Mandzukic? That's what I need to know. Interestingly as well, he's played for NK Zagreb, who is the team that we're going to be controlling in the main save when the full game comes out. So that's something that's interesting to know, to be honest. But yeah, let's get into the game. It's good. We've got a lot of people coming back from fitness. Matt is doing well as well. He's actually played a few more games than we would have thought. Let's get into it. Today we are visiting... No, we're not. We're welcoming Tottenham, to the Allianz Juventus Arena. One of the issues we have is our left midfield position is a bit weak. We are having to start Moise Keane, and he hasn't been playing the best because I would play Douglas Costa, but it's a pulled hamstring, and I really don't want to risk that at the moment. So, this is how we're going to line up. Szczesny's going to be in goal. Cancelo, Bonucci, Chiellini and Alexandro is the back four. Bentancur and Matuidi in the middle. Castanos comes in an attacking midfield. Youngster, Dybala's got a long-term injury that he picked up playing for Argentina. Grigoris Castanos comes in. Cypriot, he's young, he's in the B team. We're going to give him a go, see how he gets on. Bernardeschi on the right, Moises Keane on the left, and Ronaldo up front. Now, this probably clever thing to do would be put Ronaldo as an inside forward here and start Mandzukic. However, Football Manager have introduced this year that someone that's unhappy doesn't play or train as well as they would if they were playing as a happy being, as a full jolly Mandzukic. So because he's pissed off, he won't play as well. He is on the bench, so we can mix it up. We can mix it up at all if we want to. So that's cool. Before we get into the actual game, though, I'm interested to know, also, we've got loads of new subscribers and stuff that are now watching me create these videos, which is great. Let me know down below. Sorry, I just thought my puppy was coming in. He's not. He's fast asleep. Let me know down below, where do you come from in the world? I know a lot of people have answered that question before. Where are you watching this video from? That's what I'd be interested to see. And we'll have a few questions like that as the series progresses. But let's get into it then. So yeah, Szczesny, we've gone through our lineup. That's fine. They've got Lloris, Trippier, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Ben Davies, Eric Dyer and Wanyama, and then Mora, Eriksson, Son Heung-min and Harry Kane. That is a deadly front four and a pretty solid looking back seven as well. Looks like their only signing has really been Stepanenko, who's a player that I really used to like in old Football Managers. When he was a bit younger, I used to sign him from Shakhtar all the time as a holding midfielder. So I know what he's capable of. But let's get into the game. We'll get the assistant through the team instructions and stuff at the moment. We're going to assertively... I want to see a much better performance from you guys. And that is backing up what I said in the press conference as well. I wasn't happy with our performance against Napoli, although I was technically happy with our performance. I think we could have done a bit better. And we're going to start with the gegenpress. We're going to start and try and get them pushed under pressure straight from the off. As we see both teams having a huddle and going on. It should be a good game, Juventus versus Tottenham. And someone recommended Data Analyst, and I'm coming round to the idea of it. And we're actually going to up it to extended highlights as well, so we get a bit more game action. The reason I've come around to data analyst view, we don't need all that, we just need the points really, is because you can actually pause it at times like this, so we can see the transition between attack from defence and seeing what's going on. So obviously we've got the ball. It was 2 minutes into the game. How the hell has João Cancelo picked up a yellow card already? That is absolutely ridiculous. But Bentancur gets it, flicks it back to Cancelo. Over he goes. Ronaldo's there, heads it in. 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and Cristiano Ronaldo is carrying on his goal-scoring form, and that is superb. Now, the other angle I quite like is, I think it's vertical scrolling, because you can see it and it makes it a little bit closer. It's a good ball in from Cancelo. Ronaldo beats, is that Vertonghen or Alderweireld? Yeah, Vertonghen. He beats Vertonghen quite easily in the air. So right now, if I'm just going to pause this a second so we can see what the gegenpress does, right? So we immediately ran Bernardeschi out of position to go and press them. Ronaldo obviously pressed up as soon as it was kicked off. Now, while Cancelo, the only thing that gets me the gegenpress is when this happens. If they go wide straight away and João Cancelo comes forward, and I think we're about to see it when I press play, if Son Heung-min beats him, he's literally got a free run to the byline and then a cross for a potential goal to Harry Kane. Cancelo holds him up. Heung-min actually cuts inside and Cancelo wins the ball. It's good. He forced him infield, but Cancelo's got a long way to run here. Can he actually find a pass? Gives it out to Moise Keane. Keane then comes up, and then our transition should allow us to press up and keep the ball. Now, both inside forwards have pushed in field, which in theory leaves space for the wing-backs to move on. However, Cancelo was the one that started the break. He is just starting to run back out to this free position here. It'll be interesting to see, because Son Heung-min hasn't tracked back, if Bernardeschi holds onto the ball and lays it back out to Jan Cancelo, or do we go for a big switch over here? Generally, I don't encourage the big switch in my tactics, so let's see what breaks out. Bernardeschi comes forward, he has Rinne, gives it to Matuidi, and Lloris makes the save. So it was very congested in the middle, which is something to be aware of. So Cancelo swings the ball in, it's at the near post, Alderweireld picks it up, Bentancur's there, out to Matuidi, Matuidi shoots, and it just goes for another corner. So the other one I think is, no, it's not vertical scrolling, it might well be TV, just very zoomed out. I can't remember which view it was. We're going to stick with data analyst anyway, because I do like that. In the main save, I'm going to be doing more things that revolve around this sort of this sort of play and things like that. You know, stopping the game, looking at where we're going wrong, because we're going to be such a crap team in the main save, and we're going to be building up from the ground up. We can decide how we want our teams to play and how we really want it to focus. As Bernardeschi comes forward again, is that a foul? No, it's a good tackle from Son Heung-min. Vertonghen into Wanyama, out to Son Heung-min again. We can actually see as well. Now, straight away, you can see Ben Davies is on his bike and Bernardeschi is really not marking him very tightly. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with how we look in defence, as Eriksen just delays the pass. And João Cancelo, now, can we pounce? This is what we want to do. Bernardeschi comes forward, lots of space to run into Ronaldo. Ronaldo feeds it through. Matuidi's in, and Lloris makes another good save, and that goes for a corner. But you can see it straight from the off, like how we're going in the transition and the counter-attack we're trying to play. Bernardeschi, ball in. Chiellini can't quite get there. It's headed away. And I'm going to try... Well, we'll let this free kick play out as Eriksen stands over the ball, fires it in, and Szczesny makes a save. While we've got the 3D there, I want to try and find what view this is. I think it's sideline, but zoomed out quite a lot because it actually moves with the play. So we're going to give that a little while and see if that makes a difference. We're doing okay. I think when we get to about the half-hour mark, we're just going to see if we can drop it down to a sort of control the possession tactic and see if we can just save some stamina for a little while. Okay, so the ball comes in. Moises Kean picks it up. Kean comes forward into Bentancur. Bentancur's still there, back to Kean. Kean out to Alexandro. Alexandro comes forward. He's got a lot of space to run into. Alexandro crosses it in towards Ronaldo, who's beaten in the air. Bernardeschi will try and get there, but Alderweireld gets it away. Bentancur will pick it up. He's been doing okay when he's been involved. Bentancur. Bernardeschi turns out to Matuidi. Matuidi to Castanos. We haven't seen too much of the young Cypriot. Matuidi comes forward, lots of space to run into, crosses it in, Bernardeschi at the back post, he hits the post, and Lloris is lucky. Vertonghen scrambles it away, and now we're going to try and keep this alive. Bentancur into Bernardeschi, Castanos, back to Bernardeschi, back to Castanos again, into Bentancur, João Cancelo, that's a poor pass, and Son Heung-min has got the chance to come forward. Eriksen looks to spread it out, but can't get away with it. It's an interesting game. It's been an interesting battle so far. Chiellini with a throw-in. I don't know why Chiellini comes out to take the throw-ins. I need to change that. Matuidi gets to the byline. Looks to kick it back to Bentancur. Will he have a go? He does. It's blocked. And Son Heung-min looks to bring this away. And you can see Son Heung-min is not tracking back at all. So we're going to either have to put Cancelo a little bit more defensive, but he's actually playing very well at the moment. Or maybe make the... Because which one's Son Heung-min? I think, yeah, he's on the left-hand side. So if we make our right-sided midfielder slightly more defensive, that could be all right. It's a penalty, though. A penalty has been awarded for a push on Matuidi. It's going to be Ronaldo, I would hope. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo steps up. And, Lloris has saved it. Ronaldo misses the penalty. That is gutting. So as Ronaldo lines up a free kick, the view has gone awfully wrong. Let's just drag that out a little bit. The camera height was obviously all wrong. So we are 1-0 up at half-time, which is wonderful. And into half-time, what am I going to say here? So now, I still don't know what to say, but we are playing we've only restricted them to one shot. So I'm thinking that we just tell the guys that we're, very happy. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up. Let's try and get out there and keep it going. Yeah, I'm not going to make any changes. It doesn't seem to get to the second half. We fixed the camera angle. We're back to how it should be. And let's get this underway. Hopefully the quality's all okay. Everything's coming through fine. I'm getting a few little warnings pop up on OBS, but I think that's more when we do the team talks and stuff like that. So hopefully the game and all of this is actually working fine as we get off to a good start and make the tackle. Now, fitness-wise, it's all looking pretty easy. If they start getting more ahead of us, as Bentancur shoots, Lloris saves, and Ronaldo can't pounce on the rebound. Bit unlucky here. Maybe I'll just tell the guys, give them a bit of encouragement. As Matuidi gets the ball in the middle of the park to Castanos. Back to Matuidi. Matuidi to Moise Kean. Moise Kean cuts in field. Lots of space on the left-hand side. If Chiellini picks the pass, Moise Kean draws the defender out, and it was a poor pass, but Matuidi's made the most of it. Into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's tackled. Moise Kean picks it up. Can he square it? He tries. Bernardeschi's there. 2-0. And that is a very, very good goal. I'm very happy with that. We are taking control of this Champions League group. That gives us a 2-0 lead as the ball was brought down here. Matuidi into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a good tackle. I think it was from Vertonghen, but Keane picked it up and he gets an assist. And Bernardeschi with a very simple finish. So we're just going to make a sub. Castanos has really not been getting into this game as I'd want him to. So McTominay is going to come on and replace him. Now McTominay, I've been playing him as an advanced playmaker occasionally. We're going to give him another go there because I don't want to edit the tactic too much. We're playing really well. So we're going to bring McTominay on in attacking midfield. He has had some game time there. But I think what we'll try and do is we can try and drop him back into central midfield if we need to. 73 minutes gone. João Cancelo puts in a corner. Matuidi, the free header. Chiellini's there. Squares it. Bonucci. That is a wonderful goal. But it's been disallowed for offside. Oh, I thought it was a good goal from a corner there. I haven't set up any set pieces or anything. That's going to come in a future episode. As Chiellini beats Kane in the air. Kane having a very poor game. Ronaldo flicks it on. Moise Kean is in. He's one-on-one. Moise Kean. Lloris makes the save. Oh, the youngster probably could have done with a goal. It would have done his confidence the world of good. João Cancelo will put in another corner. Swings it in. And Stepanenko this time clears it away. And it will fall to João Cancelo wins the aerial challenge. But not much he can do about it. Scott McTominay getting a 6.7. Fitness looking okay. Alexandro getting very tired. Danny Rose replaces Ben Davies. And I think we're going to do a similar change. Matt is going to come on to replace Alexandro on that left-hand side. And we're just going to sit like that. We're going to stick with the Gegenpressing until there's 5 minutes to go. And then we're going to mix it up as we are all over Tottenham here. The ball comes in. Bonucci and acres of space. How did he not score that? And who was marking him from Tottenham? I'm not going to change anything because we are all over them. And we've still got a sub left. Bonucci will take this one out to Bernardeschi. Again, there's the overlapping run. McTominay has the ball, finds João Cancelo with that overlapping run. João Cancelo gets to the byline, crosses it in. Ronaldo's there with a header straight at Lloris. Easy save. So Lucas Moura has it, back to Wanyama, up to Eriksen. Wanyama holds on. Poor pass. Bernardeschi intercepts it, but then he gives it back to Wanyama. Dele Alli comes forward, ball through into Christian Eriksen. He's one-on-one with Szczesny. It's a good block on the shot as the defender got back. Lucas Moura picks it up and Matt absolutely slides in and gets the ball really well. I thought he was going to absolutely crump him. And with 7 minutes to go, I think we're going to make our final substitution, although I'm not too sure who it's going to be. Fitness-wise, everyone's okay. Bernardeschi could do with the rest. We'll bring on Timothy Weir on the right-hand side, and then we're just going to drop McTominay back in here. We'll switch those two over. Bentancur will be a deep line playmaker on defend. We'll put McTominay as a box-to-box in there. Lots of runners. Let's see if Tottenham can keep up with it in the final 5 minutes. So Chiellini comes to take a throw in again into Moise Kean, who's got a bit of space. Back to Matuidi. Matuidi to the edge of the box. McTominay back to Bentancur. Just keeping the ball out to Matt, who's not pushed on too high, but wins it back from Lucas Moura. Matt comes forward into McTominay. Back to Matt. And then it tries to feed it into Ronaldo. That's poor. Vertonghen clears. Bonucci will get there. And we keep this move alive. João Cancelo back to Bonucci. Bonucci into Bentancur. Bentancur to Chiellini. Chiellini to Matuidi. Again, look, we're just passing it around Spurs. They can't keep up with it. Ronaldo feeds it through. McTominay. Awful shot. Absolutely awful. And I thought I could put him in advanced midfield. Matt to Bentancur, but it's cleared away. Back to McTominay. Moise Kean tries to get it onto his right foot. He gets the shot. It's blocked. And we don't see what happens with the rebound. But Eriksen puts this in at the back post. Harry Kane brings it down. Wanyama's there. He hits the post. And Juventus leaving a bit of a charmed life, but still have the 2-0 lead. And this would make it very difficult for Tottenham to get out of this group. As Szczesny takes his time, lays it off to Chiellini. This could well be the end game highlight. Just back to Szczesny, keeping the ball really nicely now. And we might as well actually just change this up. Go to control possession. Confirm the changes. We don't have to force the issue anymore as Vertonghen goes back to Lloris, up to Alderweireld. And there is 10 seconds left in this game as Lucas Moura comes forward. Surely they can't get 2 goals inside 5 minutes. Matt makes another crumping tackle. And that will be the game, I feel, as the tactical changes kick in to control the possession. Trippier takes the throw. Eriksson holds it up back to Trippier. And if he just gives this into the box, I think that will be game over as Bentancur tries to get the ball back. Alderweireld into Kane. Kane to Dele Alli. Back to Alderweireld. Alderweireld to Wanyama, up to Lucas Moura, back to Wanyama. Lucas Moura goes for a 1-2, but Trippier's given the ball. And there's the full-time whistle at the Allianz Arena. Juventus get a wonderful 2-0 win, and they miss the penalty as well. That was absolutely superb. Very happy with that. End that team talk. Get into the next bit of the game, and we will see you for the next game against Fiorentina. So the time has come. I'm not going to get a chance to see your answers, because we either have to accept or reject the £40 million offer for Mario Mandzukic. And I'm very, very tempted to accept it and reinvest the money. We don't have a lot of budget. I'm going to have a look and see what 75% of transfer revenue is made available. So it would free up a lot of money. I'm sorry if you guys don't want me to sell him, but I'm going to accept it. Am I going to accept it? Despite Roman's bid, my client's preferred destination would be Arsenal. What's on your mind then, boss? I know you've got Hearts, but the offer from Roman would be more lucrative for us. I'm hoping you'll consider joining them instead. I've got your Hearts. I think you get more first team football at AS Roma. I'm told that Arsenal are your preferred option at the minute. I really think you should consider some thoughts at AS Roma instead. It will be a big fish in a small pond, which will really make you stand out. Passionately say that. I've got more ambition than that. I want to surround myself with the best players I can, and Arsenal's still my preferred option. It's obviously your choice here, but I just want to make sure I spoke to you about it first. Good luck with the move, whichever club you choose. See you later then. Accept the offer. Yes. I was hoping to get like 50 million out of Man City, but they didn't make a bid. Is he going to go? It would free the money up massively. Massively. So we have an update on Brexit. With the United Kingdom preparing to leave the European Union, teams throughout the country are gearing up for the potential rule changes that will come into effect. Formal details are yet to be confirmed, but reports suggest there will be a new foreign player limit on squads instead of the current work permit systems. Interesting. So an update in the transfer for Barella. Our scout has been out watching him. Vittorio Quagliarella has been out watching him play. And yeah, it sort of looks to be getting into the press a little bit more. So maybe we'll just make another inquiry, see if anything's, you know, happening in those necks of the woods. It does obviously all depend mainly on us selling Mandzukic as well. So let's see what happens. So as we get ready to face Fiorentina in somewhat of a derby, according to the press, they've been telling me, and it's Bernardeschi returning to his old club as well, apparently, which it certainly is. We paid 35 million for him. So this is how we're going to line up. A new youngster gets a chance at attacking midfield with Dybala still being out and me not being overly impressed with Castanis, I think his name is. We go with Szczesny, Cancelo, Bonucci, Chiellini and Sandro as the same back four. Happy with that. Bentancur and Matuidi, I think, had a great game in midfield. They keep their spots. Bernardeschi, Mateus Pereira and Douglas Costa start as the wingers. And Cristiano Ronaldo keeps his place at the top of the leaderboard, or top of the formation. I guess we can call it a leaderboard. Bernardeschi, Ronaldo and Costa are all looking a bit tired and very susceptible to injury. We do have good players on the bench, but Mandzukic is not one of them because we're trying to convince him to leave. We'll give you the number 24 shirt. That's not a problem at all. Let's get into the game and we shall see you there. So Fiorentina are lining up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. They're going to be taking on our 4-2-3-1 formation. Let's get into the game. Let's give the fans the performance they're expecting. And we've got another press conference. So it's on a fair... Well, I'm confident we'll find a way through. Let's get into the game. We don't need to see all this jazz. And it is absolutely pissing it down as Bonucci gets the ball at the back. Up to Chiellini. Matuidi's there as well. And we start by playing it around nicely. Bernardeschi looks out to the right-hand side to João Cancelo. If we can get an early goal, that would be a wonderful start. Ball in. Mateus Pereira tries to flick it on, but can't. And Borja will come away with it. And I'm just wondering, what are we started on? We started on tiki-taka. Yeah, we'll stick with that. It's a little bit less intense. So we'll stick with the tiki-taka to start with. And if we need to up it, we'll go to the Gegenpress. Chiellini beats Borja in the air. The ball falls to Ronaldo. Ronaldo comes forward through the rain. Takes over from Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi gets to the box. Matheus Pereira, the youngster on his debut, just fires it past the post. The highlights are coming thick and fast. Ronaldo's pounced on that poor header. The rain may be making a difference here. Matheus Pereira gets it. Infield to Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi runs across the pitch, back into Ronaldo, down the line to Costa. Costa, can he cut this back? He tries. Bernardeschi's there against his old club. Federico Bernardeschi makes it 1-0 to Juventus. And this is a fantastic start for the Bianconeri. And that is still a phrase I cannot name or say right. Ronaldo, great little no-look pass, I think that was from Ronaldo. I'm pretty sure that was a no-look pass. As Bernardeschi heads it past, Lafont has got no chance. And I said in the press conference in the tunnel we would find a way past him, and we have. 1-0. Fiorentina are looking to get back at us straight away. Morales back to Biraghi. Biraghi comes forward, shoots. It's got a deflection and goes for a corner to Fiorentina. Via the La Viola have the corner. Can't see who's taking it because he's off the pitch. He flings it in. Bentancur is there to get it away. And it comes back to Morales, who took that corner. Kevin Morales then into Gerson. Gerson turns to the edge of the box. Fernandes lays it back. Benassi shoots. Chesney with a good save. And it's another corner to Fiorentina. And I'm just wondering if we give him a quick shout just to say concentrate. You know, don't let this get away. Morales, Chesney, easy catch. And he's very much gone past the flappy hands days of Arsenal when everybody seems quite overwhelmed by that feedback, which is a bit annoying. So an early change for Fiorentina. Borja gets an injury and is replaced by Isedic up front, who is more of a winger, I think, than a centre-forward. So we'll see how that goes. They're just starting to pass into space more often, according to our assistant manager. I'm not too sure how he would know that. They've changed their approach and going more attacking. Well, we're going to leave it as it is. We're 1-0 up. We don't need to change too much, as Morales picks up a yellow card as well. João Cancelo has this ball into Bentancur. Back to Cancelo. Into Bentancur again. These two, again, just having a nice little game between themselves. Bentancur keeps the ball, goes back to Chiellini with a nice sensible pass. Keeping the ball wonderfully well here. Matuidi looks to turn. Chiellini trying to draw the defenders out from Fiorentina, it looks like now. They're keeping a very rigid shape, as their four at the back here is being very rigid. Costa breaks through the lines, though, and then gives it to Bernardeschi, and there's a man on. Oh, he just couldn't give the pass away. Bernardeschi into Pereira. Pereira into Ronaldo. Back to Costa. Costa into the box. Shoots just past the post. Very unlucky from Douglas Costa. Good little play that, though. Slowing the tempo down and then accelerating straight away through it. And we are playing pretty damn well. Chesney plays it short to Bonucci. Now he has got Cancelo up the line. Is he going to use him? No. Back to Chesney. Just keeping the ball. This is fine. Happy with this. 30 minutes gone. Up to Douglas Costa, who's in the team back from injury. Pjanic is also back, and Emre Can are both back from injury, but I didn't want to risk both of them in this game. So they're both on the bench, and we'll see if we can give them a little bit of game time as the game progresses. Inter Milan obviously won their game up on 23 points, so we need this win to keep a 2-point lead at the top of the table. As Cancelo comes forward, down into the right-hand side. No one's really pressuring him from the defence. Gets the ball across, looking for Ronaldo. Heads it wide of the goal. Good football. Good dribble and a good cross from Cancelo. But yeah, we're having the better of this game quite easily. We're just not really making the chances count as we get another one. Chiellini takes the throw into Sandro. Gives it back to Chiellini. Up to Matuidi. And I'm not really too scared of a counter-attack here. We've got good numbers back, although we are leaving the striker pretty free. João Cancelo is drifting back to his right-back position. It gives it up to Bernardeschi round the corner. Matheus Pereira. Great ball across. And it's an OG. Oh, no, they've given it to Douglas Costa. It definitely looked like an own goal. Matheus Pereira getting an assist on his debut already looks more involved in the game than Castonas was. As Matheus Pereira gets this goal. João Cancelo put it down the line to Bernardeschi. Flicked it around the corner to Pereira. Matheus Pereira. Good little dink across. And that's definitely an own goal. Definitely an own goal. Morales picks this one up. Gerson back to Morales. Into Benassi. Up to Isedic. And Bentancur intercepts it well. Matuidi out to Costa. Just couldn't quite get there. Matheus Pereira can't get on that loose ball either. Alexandro picks it up though. Chiellini. Good football from Juventus this. Really keeping the ball well. Not giving Fiorentina time to breathe. Alexandro comes forward. Puts a cross in. Looking for Ronaldo. He's hit the post. And Vitor Hugo just about scrambles it away. So as we go into half-time, Bernardeschi, I said he was at risk of a bit of an injury. He's picked up a twisted knee, and I'm not too keen to allow him to play through that. So I think it's going to have to be Timothy Weir to come on to replace him. So we are going to do that. Bernardeschi for Timothy Weir. Other than that, though, I'm just going to tell them it's going very, very well. I'm very pleased. I don't need to warn them about complacency. Let's get into the second half. Timothy Weir wins the header. Pereira's there. It's all Juventus at the moment. Ronaldo comes forward. Pereira with a shot. Oh, inches for a goal on his debut. Again, it's still all Juventus. This corner comes out to the edge to Bentancur. Looks to just build something. If he loses it here, we're in trouble. Bentancur, lots of space for Matuidi. He picks him out. Goes back to Bonucci. Back to Bentancur. Keeping the ball well. Into Bonucci's feet. Bonucci round the corner. Mateus Pereira. Now there is movement in front of him here. João Cancelo picks it up. Out to Costa. Costa can't surely drill this across. He shoots. He scores. Doesn't need to cross it. It's 3-0. What a performance. So it's worked into Mateus Pereira really well. Back to Sandro. Out to Cancelo. Cancelo then just laid it into Costa. And I thought here he was just going to whip it across. But Lafont goes down early. Sort of dinks it over him. It's a lovely finish. 3-0. Now, this FM19 malark's easy. Ronaldo's over the free kick. Lafont saves. Timothy Weir can't get there. It was a good tackle. I was hoping it might be a penalty. Costa with the corner then. In it comes. Looking for Matuidi at the back. No one's marking him. Knocked down to Pereira. Deflecting around. Bentancur will try and get there to keep it alive. Back to Sandro. Alexandro had a bit of time, but nothing comes of it. And with half an hour to go, I think we can afford to rest some people. Ronaldo is quite close to... Well, it was a high risk of injury, wasn't he? So I think if we bring him off... Now, how do I do this? How do I do this? Because... let's just give Moise Kean. Let's give Moise Kean a run up front. Yeah, you can stay as a complete forward. Why not? We'll give it a go. We'll just rest Ronaldo, then make sure he doesn't pick up any knocks. 3-0 up. This should be all she wrote. Although Berardi goes very close from that and really should be scoring there. As apparently Moise Kean's preferred position is a striker. I thought he would have been preferred to as a left winger with a bit of pace, but he's doing okay. So 2 youngsters coming on. We have got other youngsters on the bench as well in Castanos, McTominay. They're all youngsters and could get on as well. So yeah, it's we've got options at this club. That's why I like Juventus. It's a good. I think it's a good place to start Football Manager 19. Get an idea of what we need to do going into the main save with NK Zagreb, which is going to be a big different kettle of fish. So Chiellini is looking absolutely exhausted according to my assistant manager. So we'll bring on Benatia, who has been moaning a little bit. We'll give our captain and hero Chiellini a bit of a rest. We'll bring on Benatia on for him. Hope that won't affect us too much. Pizzella lays to Vedatut. I was wondering where he went. Gerson's shot hits Fernandez, who will keep it in play. Comes down to this left-hand side. Back to Gerson. Gerson has it. Forced wide. Ball across. There's the header. And Kevin Morales has pulled one back with 5 minutes to go. Now, do we just go very, very control? We'll come off positive and just go to balanced. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just try and control the possession for the last 5 minutes. Sandro beaten in the air by Morales, who has gone up front in a new change of formation for Fiorentina, or a new switch around of personnel for Fiorentina. Yeah, Alexandro can just back off the challenges a sec, but it looks like there's not going to be any more highlights to the end of the game as Costa stands over this ball. It's going to be the full-time whistle, I think. Fernandez gets it away. Benassi's there, and Benassi comes forward with it. Pass to Lorient, to Gerson up the line. Gerson goes back to Lorient, up to Morales, down to Fernandez, into Vedatut, up to Morales again. And there is the full-time whistle, and it's back-to-back wins to put that defeat to Napoli behind us as we go into talk. Very pleased with the result. Very good, lads. End that team talk. And yeah, let's see when we're back. We unlock the scoring streak thing, whatever they're called, achievement. Bernardeschi is out for 8 days, or up to 8 days. Cristiano Ronaldo needs a rest. Yes, I know he does. Douglas Costa on form. Why can't I praise his performance? That's annoying. We'll do that press conference later. Let's go and have a look at the schedule. We'll play all of these offline, I think. Maybe we'll come back for a Roma. Was that in December? Yeah, maybe we'll come back for then. I love the fact the Super Cup isn't till like January. Interesting. Okay. Maybe we'll come back. So we'll come back sometime here in December. And that's when we'll see you next. But thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure, again, recording the video. Rude has just come into the room to see what I'm up to. He's awake now, so I better go and take him out for a walk. But he's timed that really well because it's the end of the video. Let me know down below, do you think we should have sold Mandzukic? I've accepted the offer. It's just up to see whether he wants to move. Where should we reinvest the money? And Where are you watching this video from? That's what I want to know. Thank you very much for watching, but for now, I'm out. Cheers.